Hello, welcome to today's video. We are now on page 126 of the Keyboard Musicianship Book 1. And this is a little different than usual because I usually do not include the page in the video or show you the music. But today we need to show you the page on the music because we are learning about the 6/8 meter. This is considered compound meter. And so let's talk a little bit about compound meter. It says here that in 6/8 meter, the top number shows how many eighth notes are in a measure. In this case, it's 6. The numbers can be different, such as 9 or 12. In 6/8 meter, it is important to feel the pulse as 2. So 6/8 is kind of like 2/4 time, except it is 6/8 time. We'll talk a little bit more about what that means in a little bit. In other words, the dotted quarter pulse becomes, or the dotted quarter becomes the pulse. 6/8 is a compound meter because the subdivision of the pulse is 3/8 notes. So the way you can think about that is, let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and draw some examples here. We can already see that we have the dotted, or we have 3/4 notes, or 3/8 notes right here, right there. And so what it's talking about is when you think about the pulse, you're thinking about so let's put here 6/8 time. So let's consider that 6/8 time. And when we have the pulse of the music, the quarter note actually becomes the dotted quarter note. So if we have a dotted quarter note here, that's going to be considered one beat. And so the dotted quarter note subdivided will actually equal 3/8 notes. And because it's compound, they have to be beamed together like this. So we have 3/8 notes beamed together, whereas in a simple time, only 2/8 notes or 4/8 notes in pairs or in multiples of 2 would be beamed together. In 6/8 time, we're going to have 2 sets of dotted quarter notes, which in turn equal 3 beamed eighth notes, like that. And when we have the counts, we're going to think 1, 2, 3, meaning 1, 2, 3/8 notes. And then the rest of it, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6 more eighth notes. So in all, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when we clap and count that, it's going to look a little something like this. We have, oh, hang on, let's get out of here. When we're going to clap that, we're going to clap 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's when we just play 2 dotted quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you have the metronome on, it's going to be having subdivided little clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whenever you play music in 6/8 time, you have to think about that subdivided pulse. Here is music in, let's go ahead and put it at 50 beats per minute. And if we have just the regular click, 1, 2, 1, 2. But if we subdivide that and think about each of those quarter notes as being 3 in each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, clapping out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how that works. So when we have the 6/8 time, we really want to think about clapping 2 beats, which means each of those 2 beats dotted quarter notes has subdivided 3/8 notes within each one. So let's now go ahead and take a look at some examples of what this is going to look like in music. Hopefully you can see these examples here on the screen. This is from my tablet. And we have here a rhythm here, 6/8 time, 4 measures. Notice that we have 3/8 notes beamed together. We also have a quarter note and an eighth note. Now, because the dotted quarter note is now the pulse, or the single unit, we now need to think about the single quarter note without a dot as being like a half note. So the quarter note now has 2 beats that we count, and that's why you see here 4, 5, 2 beats within a quarter note. And so when we clap and count, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the way that looks when we clap and count is going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go ahead and clap and count our rhythm here. And if you need to write out some of the beats for that first rhythm, go ahead and write them out. Let's go ahead and clap and count them. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's because the dotted half note is going to become like a whole note plus a half note. Okay, so let's go ahead now take a look at the second rhythm here. If you need to write this out, please do so. Remember, each dotted quarter note has 3 beats in it. Eighth notes have 1 single beat, and quarter notes have 2 beats. Dotted half notes have 6 beats. Let's go ahead and clap and count. Here we go. Ready? 1. Oh, let's see if we're doing this one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. All right, I'm just going to move this one out of the way now. We're going to take a look at our music here. We're going to start with Genia Jones. Notice that we are starting with a pickup bar, and we are starting on beat number 6. Because it is a single eighth note, that will be considered beat number 6. If you would like to clap and count the rhythm of this music, go ahead and do so on your own. If you want to write out the beats for them, that's perfectly fine as well. Let's go ahead and listen to what this one sounds like, and then we'll talk about it a little bit afterwards. Okay, here we go. So this is Genia Jones. First of all, place your hands in their appropriate position. Okay. And here we go. Let's go ahead and start by counting to 6 on beat number 6. Make sure you're beginning on that G right there on the left hand. Okay, you may also want to draw some slashes to remind you about where the lifts are belonging. Okay, so mezzo forte, let's listen to what this one sounds like. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 lift. And we lift after 5 because of the pickup bar at the end, or the pickup bar at the beginning. So if you were to listen to a tempo on the metronome, let's go ahead and listen to what 50 sounds like. And we're going to listen to it first with the subdivisions, 3 beats. So as you can hear, every single click is for an eighth note. And that tells me that I need to play 1 eighth note for one of these clicks, 2 clicks for a quarter note, and then 3 clicks for the dotted quarter note. Of course, the only time we have that is with the last measure, and that's tied to another quarter note, making it 5 beats. Let's go ahead and play. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. So that's a very good way to hear every single eighth note in the beat. So I would encourage you to practice listening to the subdivisions of every eighth note so that you can measure out where an eighth note belongs, where a quarter note is, how long to hold it, etc. Once you become more proficient at doing this, you can start by just using the single quarter note to count for 3 beats each. And if you want to do it that way, it will be a little bit more challenging, but a little bit better for the ear. 1, 2. And as you can hear, the click stands for the downbeat or the strong beat, of course. So the downbeat meaning 1 and 4, or 1 and 2, but mostly because of a 6/8, 1 and 4. So let's go ahead now talk about on the green carpet. Let's identify the key signature. Looks to be like F major, and our right hand is going to be in F major, as will the left hand, so that's good. We will have to move a little bit to the dominant 7/6/5 little position there of F. So if you want to go ahead and write the chord symbols above, just to remind you about that, that would be a very nice idea. If not, you don't have to. So let's go ahead and listen to what On the Green Carpet sounds like. This is also in 6/8 time. Let's take a look to see if we have any unusual rhythms. We have 3/8 notes, quarter, eighth. If we want to clap and count this rhythm, I would encourage you to do so. If you need to write out the counts, that's also a good idea. All right, here we go. Let's place our hands in F position, and we're now going to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I lifted a little bit early here. Let's make sure not to do that. Keep it down for all 6 beats. Okay, so mostly left hand had the tied triads, or just chords. And then that was a little bit faster of a rhythm there. But we have a lot of repeated legatos. When you play this music, don't forget to honor the repeated legato because it's very important. Let's try that one more time. Let's do a counting. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. Oh, let's try that again. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you have it. That's On the Green Carpet. So I would encourage you, I know that's going to be tough, but try to play and count all the subdivisions as well as practicing with the metronome, whether subdivided for all 6 beats or just for every 3 beats. Okay, so this is our music for this page. We will see you at next lesson.